What's coming? What's coming? Everybody already talked about that. I feel weird, man. How do you talk about Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football on Tuesday?
You do it by going to the new sports. It's Victor Allen's new sports, where you get the hot new sports. They're new and they're gritty. Men and girls playing games and hiking football, sweating and greasing and getting grass stains all in their underwear. Oops.
Say, they got you. They got you.
Hi.
They got you. They got you already.
New sports.
Hey, new sports, you guys. Check it out. You know, first of all, I feel funny because I always say talking about sports when everybody already knows what sports means that we have to bring a different twist to it. But I need to get personal information about what people think, especially when I get it from people optimistic like Mr. Mario Hensley. And I talk real fast
I'm
before
so
he can interrupt
optimistic.
me. See, I did that fast so he would not interrupt that little spiel right there. All right, check it out.
Look at this.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make
I
the
know,
pictures
you
work.
can't. Now, let me show you why. Show the people why. He's stuck on Kim. Now, that
I'm going to fix this. That's
I already
wrong.
know what you're doing. In the meantime, because you know what, Mario, remember, you could talk and walk at the same time, right?
No. But I can't think and chew gum.
Okay, we're going to
Go on, I'm going to fix this
all
while
right,
you talk.
in the meantime, all right, check it out. Yesterday, when we was watching the San Francisco game with the New Orleans Saints, the one thing that came to mind right away was the Saints are not the scoring machine they were last year. Now, it's early in the season, no problem. Their defense is kind of the defense that they played throughout the last year. To me, they're no different. The difference is I think teams are more familiar with them. So the part that got me yesterday wasn't that the expectation that they were going to win. The part was San Francisco seems to have a good team. They're just young. And I think Alex Smith, the quarterback, who has legs, dude. I'm saying legs. Isn't it a trip that San Francisco always has those quarterbacks that had legs, whether it's Montana, Young, or otherwise? When you watched him roll out of the pocket and run away from people who was chasing him, I said, wow, man, this guy got the gift. But didn't you see some problems with him as it relates to his passing? In other words, he's been in the league 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. In other words, okay, I thought he looked like an unpolished Aaron Rodgers.
You got it. You hit it.
I mean, in other words, you wish the running part, Vic, very nice and smart running.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Unlike a lot of you, I haven't had a lot of chances to watch Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a good long time for me to sit and really watch him.
Right.
And really watch him go about his game.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I can see why people feel he has potential, but he needs consistency. Now, to me, to tell you, Vic, when I see players like him who look like they're willing and have the right attitude,
right,
then to me, nowadays, I really wonder about the offensive coordinators. Because to me, you get the right young quarterbacks with the right offensive coordinator, and that's, to me, part of the problem for half of them.
Yeah.
It's not the right mix. It's not the right person for them.
True.
You have to have the right coach. So, but Vic, I really liked what I saw on the one hand.
Yes.
And maybe because I have had my doubts about Singletary, because one, to me, he's a little too intense sometimes. And people say, "Hey, I know."
Okay, now wait a minute.
See,
watch this.
I don't want to see. See everybody out there.
Come on, man. Come on.
What Vic is alluding to is that there have at times been comparisons made between.
That's right.
I actually have been out with my glasses on.
Yeah. See.
In a rest out in the city, and I've gotten stopped and asked for autographs, even though when I had my mustache shaven.
Right.
Because people thought I was Mike Singletary. One time I was at a restaurant, Vic, and they wouldn't take no for an answer. Right. I just took the free food. They weren't going to take no.
See?
And and I can be a little intense. People say, well, Mario, you kind of intense.
And so now you're indicting.
I understand intense folks.
Wait a minute. Are you indicting Singletary for being a little extra?
No. I'm just saying he, like many of us who are type A, have to learn, to at sometimes use more effective communication. Even though there's a time to put a spark in a person's ass.
Okay? And when is that time?
And Mike seems to know the time. Mike seems to know. Okay. I'm just saying.
All right.
But you know what? What's so bad, Vic?
What is that?
It's a young team that makes a lot of mistakes.
Thank you. That's all I'm
He gonna bust a blood vessel.
Right. Because he has to.
He's so upset. But you know what? I liked what they did. Let me tell you one thing. I will say this. They came and played with heart.
Yes, they
That
did.
team represented him. In other words, it was hard-nosed. The
Right.
defense was hard. Willis, the middle linebacker, was a beast.
Frank Gore is a running back.
Frank Gore,
Running
all
back,
of them.
all of them.
They are hard-nosed. They're about that worth ethic. And yeah, I have to admit, I smile because I'm one of them cats. I believe in that. That's our claim to fame here at Pack Stereo. We outwork 95% of the people out there. How many people working 2 switchers? You got 2 cats working 5 computers, 2 switchers, making their own coffee, coming to you live.
Coffee. Wait a minute. First of all, nobody's going to even give us anything
That
for making coffee.
They should. Mac understands, Mac.
Right.
That's why I had to throw that in there. Besides doing this wonderful show, we still managed to make a hell of a cup of coffee.
Well, okay.
I can burn too, y'all. I can cook.
Okay, you know what? Let me stay with
can
sports
cook.
before he sits back and start waving the flag.
That's right.
All right. Here's the part that I recognize. That most of us get caught up in the young talent that they also recruit, and that most of the time, that's the hardest thing about playing this game, is that the I call it the tenured professionals know how to rise up and keep it up. And I think the San Francisco 49ers is going through that lesson. They played better yesterday, but when you saw the first 9 points scored, you said, oh my God, look at those mistakes they're making. There are young
Yeah, but some is really the punt. How about the punt? Okay, certain kind of stuff, Vic.
Yeah.
Certain things
Yep.
you have to I got to come at Mike again.
Right.
Maybe he's over, what do you call it, micromanaging. Special teams didn't look good, Vic. Special
That's what I'm saying.
teams.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's attention to detail.
Which is, here's the part where I'm saying, the simple mistakes they make
That
and that
was
redundant
bad.
practice.
Yes, dude.
Wait a minute. Let me watch this, Mario. How can you hike a ball? It was
Oh.
so funny. When the guy said, wait a minute, that went to the 3rd floor. I'm sorry.
You know what?
He said that went to the 3rd floor. It wasn't even close. Okay.
I like to watch them when they run off the field, so I can see the whole game when they made enough errors. You would watch the error, like to hike the ball over the guy's head. So you immediately look for Singletary. See, I don't know about
you
you.
do.
To tell the truth, Vic,
I know.
when they walk off the field after
You're
the error,
looking for his
aren't you looking for
response.
Singletary? You're going like, please don't go near the coach.
Right.
Don't go near the coach now. He's like Parcells.
Right.
When you don't do no bad play,
No.
stupid play, and then run off and go to Parcells or
Right.
go to.
And here's the other part, too, just to give you guys an analogy. Because it's such a weak division, they're still favored. Because once he gets that talent to be all on the same page, because they pointed out, you could see the defensive schematics, and they really cut the Saints probably down in scoring. Half of the scoring that the Saints could have done. Because in the first quarter, I said, oh, my God, they got 9 to 10 points already. Guess where it's going? 35-point game, 40-point game. I thought it was going there, and they didn't. They came out second half, and they made a game of it.
Well, that's what you love about it. But then you think about, like you said, I realized if this is true, when Vilma was in the post game, he mentioned that the Saints had no turnovers.
Right. That's what
So
I'm saying.
imagine what that game would have been.
They said it.
Man,
That's-
in other words, they
you can't
could have
give-
done something. Plus the drop passes.
Right.
Come on.
You can't give away the ball to a team that's the Super Bowl champion. So we understand that. Which now leads me to the Reggie Bush scenario. Because I look at, and the first thing I'm going to bring up is this. I remember all the hype around that recruitment class with Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Vince Young, all of them, even the lineman over at Houston. And I remember I said, so at this point right now, which cat is part of a Super Bowl team? So no matter how much you complain, no matter how much people evaluate Reggie Bush, I said he has a Super Bowl ring. And what's happening here? He is getting more valuable every year. He keeps climbing in his impact as it relates to how they scheme against the game.
About to say exactly Vic. He's in the position where he has a coach who values him,
Right.
Who uses him in a skill set way. In other words, it's having the right coach and who wants to use him in the certain kinds of ways,
Right.
And it's a wonderful situation because they believe in him.
Yes,
The team really believes in him and
right.
him playing, and he fits into the spots right.
There you go.
But he can't run every down from scrimmage. They
No.
will break him off in little pieces.
Well, and we're in a league right now that there is no one back committee anyway. No matter how big you are, you got Brandon Jacobs at New York Giants. He's the biggest thing in running back.
Marion Barber,
and he's not going to carry it.
No,
Totally
all
by
of them
himself.
can't. They can't. No one can run like that.
No.
in the NFL
survive.
and take that kind of punishment is physically damn near impossible.
Right. It's running back by committee.
That's right.
Which now leads me to say this. Will Reggie Bush injury, which everybody knows about, which is a broken fibula.
Oh, I know. I did know.
Weeks,
I did know. I was trying to look.
6 weeks. Broken fibula. And that means.
Okay, just so you know, that's the small bone in the leg. In other words, you have the big bone. The lower leg has two bones.
Yes.
The big bone is the tibia. Then you have another bone that comes off like a little bow toward it. Is the fibula.
There you got it. And so we now know
Can't
that.
remember my grocery. Listen, anyway,
just say a minimum
6 weeks.
6 weeks, man.
That still sounds fast. So it may be it must be what we would call a non-displaced fracture. In other words, a break or a crack.
Right.
That hasn't shifted out of position.
You're right.
Because that sure sounds fast.
It is, because I know people gone through this and they were in casts.
6 weeks.
Okay, they were immobilized.
Really?
Now that's 6 weeks to recover. Doesn't mean 6 weeks back to game form the way he's been playing. So here's my question: will Reggie Bush injury reduce the Saints down to the Caints no Super Bowl this year?
No.
So they can still go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
All right. So it won't. He doesn't affect them where it's the scheming against the team.
Not to that degree.
No.
Not to that degree. I mean, he's part of their explosiveness. Remember, you're also returning punts, right?
Right.
So that's part of it too.
Okay. Well, okay. Here's another.
So that's
question.
a value that you can't I think you have to keep that in there, because having an explosive punt returner,
right,
is a good thing.
That's the part that they were talking about. He says he brings position on the field. And once he brings it up to the 40, 45, or 50, you take full advantage of that, especially if you're a power team. And I love the other part that I cannot remember this guy. He used to be the manager of the Detroit Lions, formerly San Francisco, playing, I believe, linebacker.